Alright everybody, it's time to talk about Weekly Shonen Jump 2026 issue number 28. On the cover this week we have brand new series Animal Signal, written by Robinson Haruhara and with art by Taishi Tsutsui. It's a nice cover. The art style is fine. I don't love it. The animals look cute and funny, so that's cool. I like a nice stylized animal. That's a fun thing. But yeah, this is a relatively experienced duo from what I can gather, famous for We Never Learn at the very least, which I've heard good things about, I think. If memory serves. I don't really remember. I've never read it myself, but I've definitely heard about it. Very curious to see how it goes. I don't have much to say about the cover. It's, again, yeah, stylized animals. Character designs are very standard 2026 manga protagonist designs, I will say. I'm down. I don't know. Let's see what it's all about. It's also a very small issue this week, by the way. We have 3 empty slots. Only 2 series are off, but you know how it goes. We have Kagurabachi and One Piece off. Kagurabachi was very unexpected. I did not see that coming at all. That's been happening a lot lately, so hopefully everything's okay with Okazona. But One Piece was expected. I honestly thought Sakamoto days would be off. Maybe next week. I don't know, because that art was not finished last week, and that's always a bad sign. We'll see how it looks this week. I'm actually very curious about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this issue. Animal Signal, Chapter 1, Elephants Only Sweat from Their Toes. This was actually lovely. I didn't have really any expectations going into this. I was pretty open-minded, but it really impressed me. I loved this first chapter, to be honest. I really like the vibe. These 2 main characters are fantastic. Unique, at least the guy. I don't know about the girl. She's not super unique, but she's still fun. I don't know their names yet. I'm sorry. I'll get it down one day. You know, it takes me a couple weeks. I'll get there. But I like the guy's gimmick about how he's very stoic on the outside, but internally he's very excited and outgoing about animals. He just loves animals. He's very passionate about it. And the fact that the girl is able to know that exclusively because of her powers is just a really fun concept. So she gets to know him on a level that he barely even knows himself, which is, it's a fun idea, and I'm sure that'll be really cool throughout the course of this series if it is a success. Which, you know, early impressions, I could definitely see this being a success. It's not a guarantee, but this is a very fun idea, and I am very into it on just chapter 1 alone. This is a lot of fun. It's very sweet and cute and funny. Again, the character interactions are just phenomenal. And honestly, they don't even interact all that much in this chapter. They're kind of just doing their own things, but because she can read his mind, it feels like they're interacting because she's getting to know so much about him, but he doesn't. By the end of it, it's funny because she has this kind of one-sided relationship with him, almost like a parasocial thing, because he doesn't know her at all really, but she knows him marginally more than he knows her, at least. And that's fun. The fight thing, whatever you want to call it, the frog guy, was neat. It wasn't the best part of the chapter by any means, but I did enjoy it. Yeah, man, it's got a lot of style. It's very fun and funny. It's cute. I like it. I guess I don't have a whole lot to say about it as of now, but I just really like it. I think this is a very nice read, and I have very little complaints about it. It's just fun, and that's all you can ask for. Just a fun little romp with these 2 goofballs. And there's going to be more characters. We can already see in the color page some characters who will likely be important in the near future. Some rabbit girl, fox kid, and just some guy, maybe a giraffe. I don't know. He's by a giraffe, but that doesn't mean he is a giraffe. And yeah, I guess the whole concept is that there's people who are part animal, called animas. Cool. I don't know. It's neat. It's a really neat idea. It's not taking itself too seriously, and I don't expect it to ever take itself very seriously. Just fun, kind of, I guess, sort of Witch Watch vibes, early Witch Watch in particular, it's kind of reminding me of, which is cool because that's a series that's going to be ending more than likely this year, maybe next year. We'll see. So it'll be nice to have a tonal replacement for it should this series last. I'm all in. I really enjoyed this one. I'm thoroughly impressed with pretty much every aspect of it. I'm down for more. Let's hear this thing out. Someone Hertz, Chapter 36, Mime Fukumori's Radio Days, Part 2. A really nice follow-up to last chapter. I really enjoyed this chapter a lot, actually. It's cool to see the build-up to, you know, the inevitable of Mime winning. Because by the end of it, I was actually I felt something in my chest. I was like, oh shit. I got kind of butterflies in my stomach. Is he gonna win? Is it gonna happen? That anticipation actually got me, which is really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was really locked in and into it. I had to see this guy win. I was rooting for him. And you know, getting to end the chapter with the little celebration is very cute. And even before that, there's actually a little moment I want to highlight of Kurage or Mizuho, whatever. I don't know. I'll just stick to Kurage because that seems to be what she's called more often than not, at least outside of the text. But when Kurage kind of like loses herself and starts like cheering in her room, just says Mime and then gets all excited and then like stops herself and then acts like her normal self. I loved that little moment. That was so cute. This is a lovely chapter. I just had such a great time reading it. It was very fun to root for our boy the whole way through. Loved it. Really strong stuff right now. I'm really enjoying where the story is at.
Get this man a gun.
Sakamoto Days, chapter 262, Extreme Rock. Pretty awesome chapter, actually. I love the idea of fighting like during a concert. Sakamoto Days fight set pieces are always the best part of the series, and this is one of my favorites despite it being very short-lived ultimately, but it makes for a very nice climax to the fight, and the fight does appear to be over. And also, by the way, if you're curious about the art, it actually is finished. There might be a couple panels that aren't finished, so I don't know what happened last week. I guess he just got overwhelmed with something. Maybe he just tried to do too much with his art last week. But yeah, this chapter looked great. It was really fun, and it's a great conclusion for this fight. I think Sheen looked really cool here. This is one of his better fights. Not his best by any means, but it's a good one. I really love this conclusion at a rock concert. That's a very fun idea, and it worked very well. I love like when he gets the crowd pumped up. It's awesome stuff. Very cool, very inventive. Classic Sakamoto Days stuff right here. Can't complain. Ichi the Witch, chapter 85, Hate, Hate, Hate You. Great title and great chapter. I'm getting much more into the story arc now. I still don't love the Magic Keepers. They're not doing a whole lot for me, especially Panda Hat Guy, who I think that will remain his name until the end of the series. I can't be bothered to call him anything else. Yes, this moment where he like loses himself and gets angry is cool, but he also did the same kind of face last chapter. It's like his one gimmick that he has. He just gets angry at Fujimine in particular. Cool. I don't know. I'll take it, I guess. It's something. His action, his fighting style, anything about him is just very bland to me. I'm just not into him, or any of the Magic Keepers really for that matter. Except Minakata, he's alright, but that's just because of his connection to Ichi. That's all. That's all he has going for him. But the highlight of this is just Fujimine as a villain. I think she's fantastic. I love her attitude, like how, you know, while Panda Hat Guy is getting angry, she's just like, oh, I love this part when they lose themselves in anger, and she's just like laughing and smiling. Of course, it is very tropey for a female villain in particular. That's a very common attitude for them to have, but it's still fun to see. Just the nonchalant attitude of everything and just enjoying the moment in this messed up situation. Very cool stuff. Some interesting intrigue at the end, a funny little Destroyerz moment. What more can you ask for? I'm liking it a lot more now. It's still not like anywhere near as good as pretty much anything we've had before, but I am liking this more. I'm starting to kind of see the vision, maybe. I need a little more to fully understand what we're doing here and what we're trying to do with the Magic Keepers, but I'm at least more on board than I was before. He did the Monster Mash. Roku's House of Oddities, Chapter 9, The Akari's Dog Seems a Bit Too Big. Classic. This bit that became tired after Chapter 2 is making its return, but it's actually funny again. I don't know, like, this series must have read, like, some joke tutorial books or something since Chapter 2, because it's just so much funnier with, like, effortlessly, honestly. So I'm really impressed by how it's been lately, because this was a very funny chapter. Just dealing with this concept, it's a very basic concept. It's just big dog. He's a big dog. How do we deal with this? And it's just funny to see him try to wrangle it and convince his neighbors that this is just a normal dog. He's a little big. I love like seeing him get dragged around by him and doing like shonen battle manga poses as he's trying to wrangle this thing. And of course, as always with these like focused solo character chapters, or I guess duo chapters, end off on a really wholesome moment with him carrying around a bunch of kids. That was nice. Well, actually, we don't end off there. We actually end off with the dog pissing. But the kid moment, I think, is a better moment. Good stuff. I am very impressed with the series, and apparently it's doing extremely well. This is an insane TOC placement, so this is sticking around without a doubt, and I'm down. I have completely turned around on this series. I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying my time with it. I was talking about earlier with Animal Signal about it being like a Witch Watch replacement, but this is also kind of serving that that purpose. So I guess we'll have 2 Witch Watch likes potentially in the magazine. Although I expect Animal Signal to have more of like the action side of Witch Watch, and this will kind of more be the only slice of life stuff. I don't see this ever turning into a battle shonen at all. I could be dead wrong, but I don't know. We'll see. But I hope I am right and that it just maintains this tone and this style, because it works. Yeah, it'll probably run out of ideas eventually, but you know, while we have it, I'll enjoy it. I think this is a lot of fun, and I'm glad to have seen the vision and gotten on board with it now.
What are you doing, step bro?
Nue's Exorcist Chapter 148, My Own Power. Okay, Nue, I'm sorry. I had the wrong idea about you last week. So what it did is it subverted its own expectations that it set up. It has spent an exhausting amount of time setting up a formula that it repeats over and over and over again. And just when you think it's gonna fall into the same cycle again, it turns it on its head and actually does something kind of interesting. So look, guys, hey, this is me giving Nue credit. It happens. I don't like this series, but I can at least admit when it does something good. This is good. I think this is actually very interesting. This is a really cool direction to take the series, especially after it's gotten so tired at this point. Gakuro has lost his powers. Now, will this be some kind of test by Nue? Almost certainly. I don't think she actually intends on fighting Kasha herself. This is probably just a trial for him to overcome, and he'll get his powers back later. But the fact of the matter is, whether that's the case or not, Gakuro believes it's real. So he's trying another method to get strength, which I don't know what that's going to look like, but that's cool. It's showing, this is actually doing something with Gakuro's character for once. That's not just like some dumb nonsense. Like this is actually doing a thing with the core concept of the character that we have not explored since I don't even know when. His drive to protect his friends, that Ichigo-like quality that he has that just never really shines through at any point in time. But even without power, he still has that drive to fight. He doesn't want to accept the fact that he's lost his power. It's actually, you know what, like Bleach, this is like the Fullbringer arc, I suppose. But I doubt it'll actually end up being like that in any capacity. It's probably just similar on paper. But yeah, man, this is actually kind of cool, and I'm pretty excited genuinely to see how this turns out. Sweet, I'll take it. I'm very impressed, especially after last chapter. I was too hard on it in hindsight now. I'm sorry anyway. I owe you an apology. I'm sure you'll let me down again, probably like in the next 3 chapters, but for now, I apologize. You did good. I think this is interesting. Good work. Drawn to the Fire, Chapter 8, Embers. Hey, no, that's a different sports series. What are you doing? You can't use that title. This is okay. We have our first TOC placement. It's quite high, which is very surprising, actually. I did not expect that at all, but here we are. I'm still not really into it. It's not bad. It's just not pulling me in. I think there's interesting things here. I still really like our MC. I think it's a really strong main character. His attitude here at the end is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying that a lot, like taunting. He's a shit talker, which is not expected, but it's a lot of fun. And the rest of this chapter, yeah, I mean, it's sort of giving itself an identity now. Like there are things happening here that I'm like raising an eyebrow. I'm like, okay, like this isn't all trope. It's got its own identity. It's got its own attitude that I quite enjoy. It's just the art still not clicking for me. That's sort of a big disconnect I'm having. It might get there. It is growing on me. I've never disliked it per se, but it's just kind of, it's whatever. I don't have strong thoughts about it, but I want to love it. You know, for a sports manga, I really need to be into the art because, I mean, that's the draw of it. You can't really write a sports manga and just be carried by like people explaining what's happening. You got to show it. And, you know, the first game that we had was all right, but I need to see some major improvements in the next game. We're going to get a next game. This series is going to last probably past 1 batch at least because this is a really good TOC placement. It could drop hard like in the next couple weeks. This is kind of a weird TOC that I don't really know how to feel about it. It's all over the place. The placements are very odd and atypical. And we also have One Piece and Kagurabachi out this week. So maybe we'll get a better sense of where it's actually at next week. But for a debut TOC placement, this is really good. So I've definitely got my eyes on this series. I'm trying to get more into it, but it's tough. There's a wall that I have to overcome to get my head fully invested in this. I think I can get there though. It's just going to take some time. But this is actually a pretty good chapter. It's not like amazing, but I liked it. Akane-banashi Chapter 209, I Believe in. Fantastic chapter. It's only the beginning, but it's already off to a very strong start of Kaisei's performance. I don't know why I didn't guess an adapted version of the story. That just seems so obvious, but yeah, that's what's happening. We don't know a whole lot about it yet, but just the fact that it is an adapted version, it will help both for the reader and the audience in the story to help set it apart from Akane's performance. But what I really love is this acknowledgement of Akane's performance being so good that the presence is still looming over. They can't get the vision that they can't get the vision that she put in their head out of their head while listening to Kaisei's version. So there's a clash, and he's got to work extra hard to recover from this big barrier set before him. I just love that idea. He has to work double time to do what Akane did. And will he pull it off? I think he might. This is a very strong start. Nothing too crazy. We don't get really know a whole lot about it yet, about what his performance looks like. But just based on vibes alone, by the way, I love this double page spread of the boat. Very simple. Well, it's not simple. It's actually a very detailed drawing, but simple in terms of what it's depicting. It looks so good. I just feel an air of importance to this performance, and I really think it's going to change a lot of things, and he might end up winning, guys. I really think it's possible. I don't know. We will see. He has a lot of work to do, but I think he can pull it off. We're also learning a little bit more about his childhood, his backstory, which is cool. In these big performances, we always get into stuff like that, and I'm always very thankful we do. It'll be great to learn more about Kaisei, both through his performance and outside of it. I'm very excited for what's to come, but amazing start. Class 2B Hero Destroyerz Chapter 7, Sashimi plus curry equals dead seafood curry. So, honestly, not a lot to say this week. This is probably my least favorite chapter so far, and that's not really saying much. I think this was still enjoyable, but just a very dialogue heavy, very exposition focused, not a whole lot of funny moments. Like, it was mildly funny, but probably the weakest in the comedy department yet. I didn't love this one. It was fine. I still had a decent time reading it, but yeah, I don't know, not a whole lot there. Not a lot for me to chew on or really latch onto. It was just a chapter of this. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just kind of settling into the new setting and getting us familiar with its mechanics and the characters involved, which is necessary. Like, we need chapters like this, especially so early on. So it is what it is. It's just, I don't know, it's not a particularly good chapter because of that. Just a fine little, expository chapter, whatever. Can't complain all that much. It is what it is. Shinobi Undercover Chapter 84, The Octolection. Very post, like, Spider Forest arc of Demon Slayer vibes, where we meet the Hashira for the first time. This is like the same thing. It's even like a trial to figure out what to do with a person. But yeah, we meet the Hashira of Shinobi Undercover, and they're honestly pretty cool. We already know 2 of them, I think. Maybe. No, just 2. I think we only know the 2. Pretty cool designs, though. I actually quite like them. Their personalities, I mean, we don't know a whole lot about yet, but they're pretty tropey. That's to be expected, though. Whatever. It's just, these are in every damn shonen battle series ever made. What can you do? Yeah, really interesting stuff. The trial going on, Yodaka stepping up and actually saying objection, pushing up his invisible glasses. That's very fun. I'm curious to see how this goes. I think this will be pretty interesting to see how Yodaka manages a situation that's not about fighting. He's negotiating. He's trying to bargain and make sure they both walk out of here alive. Fun stuff. I'm really enjoying this. Yes, it is like just classic shonen stuff, but I'll take it, man. I like to have something like this in the magazine. It's just comforting, and also drives home that point of, like, this really could be the next Demon Slayer if it has a good anime adaptation. I think. Good chapter. Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi Chapter 95, A New Trial. Hell yeah. Great stuff all around. I love the goodbye to the demon realm. It's very sweet. And then returning home and seeing all our boys again. Kari's back. The whole gang's here. I am very happy to see them again. It's been so long, but it's lovely to see their faces. And then the funny moment of realizing that Kiyoshi has to deal with school still. He has finals coming up. So after all that, he has to go right back to just normal life and dealing with a test that he definitely did not study for. Then on the flip side, we have Goro going to bat for Kiyoshi as a cross paladin, which is, it's a nice full circle moment. I honestly even forgot this was going on because it's been so long, but all the way back at the beginning of this arc, this is what we were dealing with. It was a vote split and Goro was the deciding vote. And obviously we end off with him deciding, yeah, Kiyoshi's going to be a cross paladin, and he actually gets appointed it at the end of this chapter, which is massive. This is going to change a lot. I mean, he has status, and I'm really excited to see if this caused any conflict with the two that did not vote for him, because you can see the looks in their eyes. They're not thrilled about this. Exciting times. I'm really looking forward to what's coming next in the series. I've been really enjoying it lately. I've always enjoyed this series, but I think it's really finding its stride lately. And having the whole cast back together is going to be huge. I hope going forward, this next arc has everybody that we've been missing involved. Maybe we could do a trade-off and have like a rotating cast situation. Really, really good chapter. I loved this one, actually. Me and Roboco Chapter 284, The World Knee Cup and the Gang. I guess it only makes sense to do a World Cup parody chapter. It was fine. It was really like substanceless. There was really nothing to this one. It was just like, yeah, look, World Cup's happening. Let's just make it about knees because that's our funny bit. Wow. And then they just throw in a Frieza reference at the end for like no reason at all. I don't know. This wasn't a super strong Roboco chapter. It just felt kind of like flavorless and just nothing happening at all that has any sort of value comedically or otherwise. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this one. It was just whatever all around.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of...
Undercover Chapter 19, Haiji and Kusumi. I don't know, guys. Listen, there's some cool stuff here. I do like the art. I like the design, the mask. I know that was last week, but it's cool. It looks cool. Sword stuff, whatever. Nice. Yeah, okay. Haiji carrying the kids, out one in his mouth. That's cool. That's nice. I like it. Kusumi, I hate. This guy sucks. I just don't like anything about him. He's really annoying and boring. I guess he's kind of like a Wolfwood, like from Trigun-esque role, sort of. Sucks. Sorry. Okay. This series got a Horikoshi recommendation. That's huge. Sales are blowing up. It's doing well. It's selling out. Really good start for this series, sales-wise. It's gonna last. I'm not on board. I don't know if I'm going to remain a hater of this till the end of time. I'm not even a hater. I'm not feeling it. It's just fine. I don't feel any way or the other, truthfully. It just is a thing. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just right in the middle. But I really want to love it. I just can't get there. It feels impossible. That's where my head's at on this one. I don't know, man. It wasn't even a bad chapter. I just felt nothing. It's frustrating because I do feel things from this series every once in a while. That chapter a few weeks back was phenomenal, I thought. I want more of that. I don't want this. I don't know, man. This series can't get its hooks in me because it feels like it doesn't even have its own identity. It's just doing 3 different series at the same time, it feels like. It can't focus in on one aspect. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Series can have multiple focuses. I just feel like it's too early to be tackling this many things at once. Whatever. I don't know. A lot of you guys are enjoying it, and that's nice. I'm happy that this series has, a fan base and an audience, but I'm just not there yet. I'm hoping to get there, though. I will keep an open mind on this for as long as I possibly can. I haven't written it off yet, as much as I'm fighting against myself to do so. I will keep trying. I want to like this series. I really, really do, because I know it's going to stick around. That Horikoshi wreck saved it. It wasn't even in dire straits, but that bumped it up to the next level. That's going to be huge. Here's hoping I can see the vision soon. WillOWisp Chapter 250, Bone Crisis, Part 19. This is not how I expected things to go, but I'm down. So most of this chapter breaks away from the Miharu stuff and instead goes back to the Kanchi stuff. Well, I guess it's kind of half and half. The Kanchi stuff is really cool. I really like the design of this big monster freak. I kind of forgot about it. I don't know if we've seen this clear of a view of it until now, actually. It's sick. I really like the struggle that Kanchi's going through. He genuinely thinks he's about to die. He can't do anything about this thing. He's screwed. And Miharu in a similar situation, just struggling to keep up with this game. And then at the end of the chapter, break through the ceiling and they're all together. So this will be interesting. I'm wondering if Kanchi and the monster are gonna get like involved in the game and maybe like somehow level the playing field. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know what like this interaction will look like, but I'm excited. We have a big chunk of the gang coming together, so this will be fun. Big team fight. Really cool stuff. Not at all what I expected to see. I thought we were gonna focus on the Miharu stuff for quite some time, but no, we're just merging it together already, and I'm more than down for it. I think this will be a lot of fun. Blue Box Chapter 245, All Out Effort. Oh my god, guys, I almost cried. I got really emotional at this one. This was so sweet. I love this in contrast to last chapter where we have Taiki reflecting on all his friends, just thinking about what they mean to him. Very selfless, like just these guys have pushed me all the way up and I couldn't be more thankful. And then the flip side, seeing all of them, each one that he thought about last chapter, thinking about him during his final game and being like, that's our guy. He did so much for me. Even Hina, who's gotten past all the drama and the regret and shame and come out on the other side realizing that Taiki did the best he could in the situation that I dealt him. And he's a great guy for that. And ending it off all with Chinatsu, of course, just internalizing her thoughts about how precious he is to her. And ending off with the final double page spread of just him playing badminton. It is beautiful. I absolutely loved this chapter. It's just so damn sweet. It just highlights how good of a character Taiki is, how much he's grown, how just he's such a good kid, man. We've seen him grow so much over these past 250 chapters. And like right here is the moment. This is where we see that selfless side of him come completely to the surface. He wasn't thinking to himself the whole time, man, I'm the GOAT. I pushed all these guys up. I made them who they are. No, he's thinking the opposite, and they are thinking about him doing that for them. It's just so damn sweet. I don't know. It's such a simple thing. Like most people will think that way, of course. But just to see it presented in this way is such a beautiful thing. I loved this chapter. This was so good. This series is incredibly strong right now. It's pretty much at its peak. I think this is phenomenal stuff, and I have full confidence that Miura will stick the landing. There's no doubt in my mind anymore. This is such good stuff. Hima-Ten Chapter 93, Himari and Tenichi. Not a bad chapter, but look, I can see through this whole charade. We don't gotta do this whole song and dance. I know they're gonna get together. There's no way he's gonna end up with Honoka. There is no way. I would be so disappointed. But I do like this moment of her being like selfless, just saying all this, even though she doesn't really mean it. And then, you know, the final moment of her crying and Iemori crying as well outside the doors. It's nice. It's a nice little moment. Very typical. This kind of thing happens in every romance series, but hey, it was still good. And I'm curious to see what happens with Honoka. I don't know, man. They're gonna get together, these two, Himari and Iemori. It's gonna happen. There's no way it's not. So just doing this whole song and dance is a little tiring. I did like the chapter though. It's just viewing it outside of this single individual chapter, it just kind of falls apart. I'm just like, oh, I don't know, man. We don't gotta do all this. But it does get me interested to see how we get back around to these two coming together, because this does feel very definitive. Like it feels like this is it. But it's not. Something's gonna go down with Honoka. I don't know what. Unless, dude, if there's a twist and he actually does end up with Honoka, holy cow. That would be something. I'll have thoughts to share when and if that happens. I don't think it will, though. See how this goes. This is pretty interesting. It wasn't a bad chapter again. I liked it. It's just, I don't know. Not sure how to feel about the broader narrative being told here. Kinato's Magic Chapter 18, Lunar Fighting Festival. This series will just constantly bear the weight of Alien Headbutt in my eyes because I can't get over the fact that it outlived it. It's just so frustrating to me. This series is so basic and I'm just not really vibing with it anymore. Its vibe from the beginning is more present than it was, but it's still not it. It's become something else, and it's not something I like. It's becoming like a My Hero Academia type thing, just stock standard battle shonen with like muscle enhancement powers. And I don't know, there's not much for me to latch on to here. It's really basic and not exciting to read. I'm not really into it, unfortunately. I could get there. The series is gonna last. It's not ending next week. It will not. It's just gonna keep going for probably another wave somehow. But I don't expect it to last beyond that. I think it will end when the next Axe wave comes. Yuto Suzuki did recommend it, but it didn't seem to affect sales like a whole lot, unlike the Horikoshi recommendation for Under Doctor. The series is still performing just like whatever, fine, not bad, but I don't think it's good enough to stay in the magazine. It's still getting bottom of the TOC every week, and that will probably continue to happen. I don't know, man. Not a whole lot here for me to chew on. Fine. There was some like kind of okay moments, but nothing that I can even really think of anything to say about. So that tells you enough, I think. Alright guys, that's going to do it for Weekly Shonen Jump 2026 issue number 28. This was a good issue. I don't think there was anything absolutely mind-blowing, except for Chapter of the Week, which I'll get to in a second. But for the most part, everything was just good. You know, nothing egregiously bad. One thing that I thought was incredible, but everything else was just, you know, really good to good. So I guess I'd call this like a standard issue of Shonen Jump. Well, maybe not. I think it's a little above average because everything was good. I'd say a standard issue would have like maybe or I don't know, it would be kind of all over the place. It'd be like good, decent, bad. But this is kind of just all good aside from a couple. But of course, as I was alluding to, one chapter did stand out amongst the rest, and this week's chapter of the week goes to Blue Box, chapter 245, All Out Effort. No surprise. No surprises here, I don't think. This was just a phenomenal chapter. It made me very emotional, and if something makes me emotional to the point of like tearing up, then I kind of just have to give it up. Like it really got something out of me, and I loved it. Love that reflection on all of the friends he's met along the way and how that reflects back on Taiki as a person. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful chapter. Loved it. Next week with issue 29, Hal Formula will take the cover. It's a new series once again. We're in the new series wave, so we'll see how that goes. It's about racing, and it's by the Greens author, so I am hoping for the best. Please, please give me this. I loved Greens. I really want this mangaka to succeed. He's got the sauce, man. He really does. That's all I got this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts on this issue. Let me know your chapter of the week, your least favorite chapter of the week, or anything else you'd like to tell me about from this issue. Remember, you can also become a channel member at 3 tiers. You can click the join button to see what tier works best for you. You get things like exclusive monthly videos, one coming soon, emotes, early access to new videos, name in the credits, and if you join at the highest tier, you get your name read out loud right now. So thank you to DJ Tengen, Milu Kitty, Braden Farrell, Halfpipe, Rafker, The Cosmic 64, Cosmic, Key to the Skies, Iliadis, Noobs Rock, Dan, The World's Worst, and Menacing Pigeon. Thank you all so much for your support, and thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in whatever you decide to watch next. Take it easy, guys.